Right now, 22 million Americans are sitting in a 15% severe weather probability zone, and most of them have no idea what is about to hit. This is not a drill. A massive storm system is barreling toward the central United States, and by Friday night, we could be looking at EF2 tornadoes, golf ball-sized hail, and damaging winds stretching from Milwaukee all the way down to Dallas. But here is the part that should really get your attention. This is not a one-day event. This is a multi-day severe weather onslaught that will not stop until it has punched through more than 24 states. And if you think you are safe because you do not live in Tornado Alley, stay with me because by minute 5, I am going to show you exactly why this storm threatens areas most people would never expect. Before we go any further, drop a comment right now with the city or town where you live. I am going to be responding with specific timing for your area, because with a system this large, the difference between knowing it hits at 6 p.m. versus midnight could save your life. So comment below and let us get into it. Here is what makes this outbreak different from anything we have seen so far this year. We are sitting in a transition phase from La Nina to El Nino, and that transition is supercharging the jet stream right now. Sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico are running above average off the coasts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. That means the moisture pipeline feeding these storms is loaded with extra fuel. More moisture means more instability. More instability means stronger updrafts. Stronger updrafts mean bigger tornadoes and larger hail. It is a chain reaction, and every single link in that chain is firing right now. Let me walk you through the timeline, because timing is everything with a system like this. Tonight, Thursday, March 5th. Supercell thunderstorms are already firing between Oklahoma City and Amarillo. By 8 p.m. Central Time, expect 2 to 3 individual supercells capable of producing tornadoes simultaneously across western Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle. Hail with these storms could reach tennis ball size, that is 2.5 inches in diameter. By 10 to 11 p.m., these storms will merge into a squall line, and the primary threat shifts from tornadoes to straight-line damaging winds and large hail as the line pushes through Oklahoma City between midnight and 1 a.m. Here is the part most people are going to underestimate. Even after these storms lose their individual supercell structure, the energy levels are extreme. Do not let your guard down just because the tornado threat decreases. The wind damage potential from this line will be significant. If you are in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Lawton, Enid, Stillwater, Norman, or Altus, your window is tonight through early Friday morning. Now here is where it gets worse, and do not skip ahead because the next 12 hours after that are the most dangerous part of this entire event. Friday, March 6th is the big day. Warm air surges back north during the morning, reloading the atmosphere. A powerful low-pressure system will begin spawning storms by early afternoon across a massive area. Let me break this down region by region so you know exactly when to be on alert. Northern Zone: Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Des Moines, Omaha, Lincoln, and Kansas City. Storms begin forming around 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time. These will be giant hail producers with isolated tornado potential. Peak intensity between 4 and 7 p.m. The threat diminishes after 10 p.m. as storms merge into the main squall line, Central Hot Zone. This is the area of greatest concern. Fort Smith, Fayetteville, Bentonville, Springfield, Joplin, Tulsa, Muskogee, and the entire northwest Arkansas corridor. The Storm Prediction Center has placed a 10% hatched tornado probability here, which means EF2 or stronger tornadoes are possible. Storms fire between 2 and 4 p.m. Central Time. Peak tornado threat runs from 4 p.m. through 9 p.m. This is when you need to be in your safe room. Multiple supercells will be tracking through this area one after another, and each one carries its own tornado risk. Southern Zone: Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Abilene, San Angelo, Austin, San Antonio, Wichita Falls, and Sherman. Storms develop between 3 and 5 p.m. The threat here is large hail over 2 inches and damaging winds with a conditional tornado risk. Peak intensity 5 to 8 p.m. Upper Midwest: Milwaukee, Madison, Rockford, Chicago, Peoria, and the Quad Cities. You are in the slight risk zone. Storms arrive between 5 and 9 p.m. Expect large hail and gusty winds with an isolated tornado not out of the question. Now, I promised you at minute 5 I would explain why this threatens areas most people would never expect. Here it is. This system does not stop on Friday night. Saturday, March 7th. As the squall line races east overnight Friday into Saturday morning, a second round of severe weather erupts. And this is the twist that most forecasters are not emphasizing enough. The Saturday setup might actually be more impressive in some areas than Friday. Let me give you the Saturday breakdown. Ohio River Valley, Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, Louisville, Lexington, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh. Storms develop by late Saturday morning around 11 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. By mid-afternoon, between 2 and 4 p.m., thunderstorms will be strengthening between Charleston, West Virginia, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. Severe thunderstorm warnings are likely, and an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. Your peak window is noon to 6 p.m. Eastern, Tennessee Valley, and Deep South. Memphis, Nashville, Clarksville, Jackson, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Birmingham, Tupelo, and Little Rock. This is a prolonged event. Rain and storms begin early Saturday morning. The severe threat ramps up between noon and 4 p.m. Central Time, with heavy rain, strong winds, hail, and a conditional tornado risk. Memphis in particular should prepare for heavy rainfall on top of what has already fallen, creating flash flooding concerns. Nashville and Clarksville, your big storms arrive between 6 and 7 p.m. Saturday evening, Gulf Coast and Southeast. Mobile, Montgomery, Jackson, Mississippi, Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. Storms push through Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. The main threats are damaging winds and heavy rainfall with an isolated tornado possible. Your window runs from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time, Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Here is another area people are not watching closely enough. Storms will push into portions of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and southern New York by Saturday afternoon and evening. Even Hamilton and Toronto in Canada will see thunderstorms from this system. If you are in these areas, stay weather aware Saturday afternoon through the evening hours. Texas second round. Do not think Texas is done. New convection fires up across central and east Texas Saturday morning through the early afternoon, bringing additional flash flooding, gusty winds, and an isolated tornado risk from Waco down to San Antonio and east through Houston, Beaumont, and Tyler. Now let me give you the flash flooding picture because this is the silent killer in events like this. Multiple rounds of heavy rain from Thursday night through Saturday will dump 3 to 5 inches across parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas. Some areas could see localized totals near 6 inches. Rivers and creeks will be running high. Urban flooding is a serious concern in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Fort Smith, Springfield, and Little Rock. Never drive through flooded roadways. Turn around, drown. And here is where the plot twist hits. Just when you think it is over, it is not. The Storm Prediction Center has already issued a rare day 6 severe weather outlook for Tuesday, March 10th. A 15% probability zone is already in place, stretching from Topeka, Kansas, down through Oklahoma City, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and across Missouri and Arkansas. 22 million people are in that zone. This next system looks massive, highly concerning. The threat zeroes in on Tuesday afternoon and evening, but will persist into the overnight hours, impacting areas farther east into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So if you are keeping count, that is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then again Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly Thursday. 6 out of the next 8 days could feature severe weather across the central United States. Why is this happening? Remember that La Nina to El Nino transition I mentioned earlier? This is exactly what it looks like. The jet stream is in a hyperactive phase right now. The season forecast calls for a front-loaded severe weather year, meaning March and April will be the most dangerous months. We are living through that forecast right now. Average tornado season in the United States produces around 1,100 to 1,200 tornadoes. The way this pattern is set up, we could see a significant chunk of that total happen in the next 6 weeks alone. Let me recap the critical timing so you can plan. Thursday night, March 5th, Western Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Central. Friday, March 6th, the big day. Central Oklahoma through Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas, 2 p.m. to midnight Central. Upper Midwest, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. Texas, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central. Saturday, March 7th. Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. Tennessee Valley and Deep South, noon to 10 p.m. Central. Gulf Coast, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. Tuesday, March 10th, next major outbreak, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri. Details still coming into focus. I will have a full breakdown in my next video. Here is what you need to do right now. Charge your devices. Make sure you have a way to receive weather alerts overnight. Know where your safe room is. If you live in a mobile home anywhere in the enhanced or slight risk zones, make a plan to get to a sturdy building before storms arrive. Have shoes and a helmet near your shelter location. Tornadoes strike at night more often than people realize, and Friday night into Saturday morning is a prime window for nocturnal tornadoes with this system. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your city in the comments and I will give you a specific timing breakdown for your area. Whether you are in Topeka, Memphis, Pittsburgh, or San Antonio, I want to make sure you know exactly when to be ready. And here is what is coming next. My next video is going to be a deep dive into Tuesday's outbreak, which early data suggests could be even more significant than what we are about to experience this weekend. The models are showing something that I have not seen this early in March in years, and I need to walk you through it. So make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on because that video drops Sunday and you do not want to miss it. Stay safe out there. This is severe weather season and it is hitting hard and early. I will see you